What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Juventus finally gets a win after, I think, 3 draws in a row in the Serie A. I don't know. I might be a little bit exaggerating myself. But Juventus finally gets a win. It gets to bring 3 points home from Empoli to continue their quest to basically keep themselves, cement themselves, there it is, in the top 4. But we have some issues. We got to talk about the injuries. But first off, let's rate these players. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it's February 26, 2022, and of course, it is a Saturday. It is a Juventus game day Saturday, post-game day now Saturday, that Juventus played and won a match in the Serie A against Empoli, winning 3-2 after a rough performance is the way to say it, maybe. Obviously a win's a win, but at the same time, the defense struggled, gave up some really bad goals. And then overall, Juventus, though, thankfully had the help from Moise Kean, and then a couple goals thanks to our new savior. I'm not going to say Lord. I was about to say that. Savior, Vlahovic. Before we do that, though, we want to talk a little bit more about it. But before we go really dive into all of it, give you your ratings, let's go ahead and say this. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Couple thoughts really before we get into it. Like I said, talked about the performances when it came to obviously the goal scoring, the defense struggle. This is a weird thing. We kind of go game by game where you have different aspects of the team struggling. Sometimes it's the midfield, sometimes it's the attackers, and then less likely, but today was the case where the defense just kind of struggled as a group. They really were not on their A game. Thankfully, though, when they're the ones struggling, somehow Juventus is still able to pull out a victory, thankfully, because the midfield and the attack was doing their job, even though injuries have been an issue. We're going to really need to talk about injuries. Zakaria left the game. What are we going to do? We got more players out there that could make a better starting lineup. I don't know about better. Let's not kid ourselves. But at the same time, a stronger overall fill in our roster players all in J Medical right now. They're all going to be sitting out. It looks like Zakaria will be out for at least two weeks. But then when it comes to recovery and actually getting back on the pitch, my feeling is it's probably closer to a month. But we'll see. Anyway, Juventus gets the win. That's the important part. They really need to make sure. Right now, they're 6 points ahead of Atalanta, but Atalanta really have 2 games to play. They have the game on Monday, and then they have another makeup game. We need Atalanta to slip up, and we need Juve to keep adding points, and then we'll see if they can do that, though. Let's get into it. I'm sure I'll have more things to talk about when it comes to Juventus' play and their performance, but I think most importantly, we can do this while we are breaking down the ratings. Obviously, let's just get into it. The very first one is Wojciech Szczesny and his performance as the goalkeeper for Juventus. I give him a 5.5 rating today. He had a couple good saves early on, but then he struggled a little bit later, especially with the performance that the defense played and gave up 2 goals to Empoli. He had 1 punch. He had 3 high claims. He had 10 accurate long balls, 2 clearances, and 1 aerial duel 1 as well. Like I said, he struggled there just because of that and had made a couple of questionable mistakes, but overall saved at least 1 or 2. And I think really, if you look at it, he probably should have been the guy to maybe last second save that the second goal that they ended up scoring. All right. Let's move on, though. Danilo, we're going to talk about him and his performance. He gets a 5.5 as well. Maybe not the worst performer, but not actually, that's not true. I'm not going to say he's the worst performer, but he was one of the culprits there that really struggled and allowed that very first goal by Empoli. That first goal, let's just say this. That first goal, there was no excuse for that goal finding a way in. It was literally Bonucci and Danilo standing there, staring at the ball at their feet and not kicking it away. Danilo tried to do some back heel move or something like that, and then literally just gave an opening there for the Empoli player to drill that one back. Fortunately, though, Juventus was able to secure a victory regardless of the poor performance. Danilo today had 4 ground duels won, 2 aerial duels won. He had 2 accurate long balls and 1 shot off target. Let's continue it on, though, and keep moving over there now to the captain of the team, and that was Leonardo Bonucci. I gave him a 5.5 rating as well. He struggled a couple of times, I think, just overall with some of the things that he was doing on defense. The defense was just losing it a bit. Just period. I'm not going to say that they were awful, but they were just not a Juventus defense. And obviously that's the one thing Allegri likes to do is play defense. He doesn't care about scoring. He cares about defense, and the defense does not look like what I expected from an Allegri defense. 5.5 rating today. He had 7 clearances, 2 block shots, 1 tackle, 1 ground duel, 1, 4 aerial duels, 1 accurate long ball as well to boot. Moving on down, the next one we have for you is Matthias de Ligt. I gave him a 6 rating overall. I think he equally wasn't as good today and struggled in multiple aspects of the match. That's all. Juventus ended up giving a second goal and everything else along with that. He had 3 clearances. He had 1 interception. He had 1 tackle, 1 ground duel, 1 aerial duel, 1, and 4 accurate long balls. So, again, there's not really a lot to say except for the defense just wasn't up to par today and what I expected to play for them. That's why I'm kind of just trying to move quickly through them to get to the other aspects that we have here. Luca Pellegrini, I think actually he may have been probably, I know I gave de Ligt the 6. I think maybe, honestly, Pellegrini probably could have been deserving of maybe a 6 as well instead of a 5.5, just because he... I thought he played better. I thought he played better than overall what maybe the rest of the defense did, and he wasn't really the one at fault. I thought he did solid in his role while Alexandro was out. He had 1 clearance, 4 tackles, 6 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 1. He had 2 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 2 long balls as well. All right. Sorry, I know I tried to move quick through that because I know I don't usually get through quick at all, but I just wanted to just talk about that. Really, the defense, hopefully they can get back and get better than what they were today. Moving on, though, Juan Cuadrado actually gets a 6.5 rating. I thought he played a bit better than he has previously. He wasn't perfect. He still struggled to sometimes find the crosses and connect on some of these, what's it called, corners. Why couldn't I get that one out? He hasn't done up to par of what I expect, but he did have an assist today, delivering that ball that was scored. He ended up having 1 assist, 5 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 3 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target, 1 successful dribble attempt out of 1, 4 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1, 4 clearances, 2 interceptions, and 1 tackle. Not too shabby for his performance today. Definitely it was a very good performance. Well, okay, I don't know why I just said very good performance. It wasn't a very good performance. It was a... I'm just putting my foot in my mouth right now, right? I'm trying to be level, even keel when I'm talking about Cuadrado, right? I think it was a solid performance. It was a good performance, better than he has been lately. He obviously had the assist, but at the same time, I expect more of Juan. I just want to see him doing that a little bit more. I want to see him being a little bit more accurate on his passes and his crosses. One of the reasons I probably would have, one reasons I could have dropped him down maybe to a 6 was there was one moment where I literally saw him kick the ball out of bounds to, I believe, Allegri, because I think he mistook him for an actual player because he just wasn't paying attention. That's where we are. All right. Ignore me and my slip-ups. You can give me a 4 rating today because I'm not on top of my game. All right. Continuing on, though. Zakaria, who only played for a bit in that first half before he was pulled with an injury. And that's the story of Juventus right now. Juventus is the most injured team, I think, probably playing European football today. He gets a 6 rating for his performance. He only played 37 minutes. He had 8 touches, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 big chance miss, 2 ground duels, 1 and 2 tackles as well. That goal, that opportunity with Vlahovic there to try to make that run and it was a really well set up plan, and I was really hoping they would connect again. It would be nice to see our 2 new young guys doing it once again, scoring together and performing well for Juventus. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and then he got injured. And like I said, he'll probably, they say at least 2 weeks that he'll be out. I'd imagine probably longer just from the way it looked and knowing how muscle tears really usually affect I think it'll be a big, especially if we just, let's be honest. Let's look at what Juventus players have done and the way they are currently. If you look around, every time somebody's injured, it is never going to be on the early side. It's never on the early side. Dybala's out he had a knock, and he's been out for how long? Who knows if he'll ever come back. Bernardeschi, they said he was back in training from like whatever. He's still not back. Chiellini, who knows? McKennie, I could just list off the injured roster if you wanted. It's frustrating, but hopefully we'll see them return soon. All right, Artur, I thought had a pretty good performance here today. He did a wonderful job before halftime in delivering the assist over there to Vlahovic for the go-ahead goal before the half to lead them 2-1 after Juventus had given up a conceding goal there to equalize there. I don't know why I couldn't say that either. All right. Anyway, Artur gets a 6.5 rating for me today for his performance. Played the entire 90 minutes. He had 3 accurate long balls, 1 shot off target, 4 ground duels, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 interception, and 1 tackle as well. I liked what I saw from Artur, and hopefully he can do that continued as well. Let's continue it on, though, and then we've got our guy, Adrien Rabiot, who I thought he actually had a pretty solid performance compared to my expectations for Adrien Rabiot, right? Now, I'm not going to crush him today. He did well. He delivered that assist for Moise Kean that opened up the scoring in the game, and it was a really, really beautifully placed assist, and I'm glad Moise Kean was there to head it in for the opening goal of the game. So overall gets a 6 rating for me today, has an assist, 2 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 1 accurate long ball, 1 big chance created, 1 shot off target, 6 out of 6 ground duels, 1, 2 for 2 on aerial duels, 1. 3 clearances, 1 tackle, or 1 interception and 4 tackles, sorry. Honestly, looking at some of these ratings, I probably would go up to 6.5 even. He had a really good game. Really stat-wise, didn't lose any duels there. I'm really impressed overall by his performance. And when I say that, let's be clear, I'm not in Adrien Rabiot's corner, but I'm saying I'm just so used to him underwhelming that I was very happy to be more overwhelmed today. All right, let's continue it on. And now we're on the attack, and that is Dusan Vlahovic. The deuce is loose. He gets a 7.5 rating from me today. Maybe could have gone higher to an 8, but I just, I like to be a little bit more critical of our players. Though I think overall he definitely deserves a 7.5 at least today for his performance. A wonderful one. He ended up having a brace for Juventus, securing the win and doing a lot of the things I expect from him. 7.5 to an 8. Have at it. Today in his performance, he had 2 goals, 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 3 out of 3 successful dribbles. He had 1 key pass, 2 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created, 6 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 1. And that's what he did today. I think overall, the biggest thing I take away from this is obviously Juventus does not win this game without Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus does not win probably a lot of games looking to the end of the season without Dusan Vlahovic. I understand that soon Juventus is going to have to rest him. He's played every game since he joined Juventus. Did he come in late one game? Was he not a starter for one match? But now when you have the likes of, obviously you have Morata still, but you have Dybala out, you're missing Chiesa, you're missing a lot of firepower. I know you're going to have to rest him soon. Can Juve really afford to do that? I think right now he is the guy. He is everything when it comes to your attacking power, when it comes to actually scoring, the things that he was able to do. When Morata delivered that ball to Dusan Vlahovic, it got to Dusan, but let's be clear, it was not a great ball. Sorry. Overall, it was just not a well-delivered ball, but the handling, the ability, the first touch off the dribble or off the pass to him, he was able to do things that I think a lot of players would not be able to do. And then also at the end, he ended up getting that score. But also, besides that, there are a lot of things that other players are not able to do that Dusan Vlahovic is able to do. Or he's willing to put in the effort to do. Let's say that. There's one player, who must not be named, from last season, actually left at the beginning of the season. He was not willing to be a team player and play on defense. He was not doing what Dusan does. Dusan was ensuring the victory at the end. He had multiple stops there at the end of the game to end up keeping Empoli from potentially having another equalizer, to end up, having a fourth draw in a row, or how many draws it is in a row. For Juventus, that it feels like it is right now. But anyway, I give him credit. I love to see the effort. I love to see the passion from Dusan. The kid gets it. And no, he's not a kid. He's an adult man. I hate when people use the term boy. I hate the term kid. I just said kid. But what I mean is the man gets it. He is Juve. He gets the Fino alla fine mentality. He gets everything that you need. And I'm trying not to be a homer right now, even though I know I sound like it. What I mean, though, is this guy, he gets what it means to be a Juventus player. All effort, all paths to winning have to go through him, and I thoroughly mean that right now, especially when you look at the amount of injured players that Juve has. You have to put your faith in it and hope that he does not get injured too. All right, let's move on to the other side of the ball. And it's Moise Kean. And I got to say, I have some positive things to say about Moise Kean. Did not expect that. I was nervous going into it, getting him a start, but he ended up opening up the scoring thanks to that well-placed ball by Rabiot. I gave him a 6.5 rating for his performance today. Played 62 minutes before being substituted for Morata. Well-earned 62 minutes. He had one goal, one shot on target, one shot off target. He had one key pass, 2 ground duels won, 2 aerial duels won, and where was it as well? Anything else? He was fouled twice, I guess, if you want those stats. But overall, I think just overall that goal that he scored was pretty solid. Overall, good performance from him. And then I guess he didn't do anything that overly pissed me off. That's the only thing I can really say. And that's why I know my ratings fluctuate from player to player. There's other players I expect more out of. Moise Kean, unfortunately, has set the bar pretty low. So today, scoring that goal, being a useful member of the team, he gets credit from me. So 6.5 rating for me today for Moise Kean. All right, then we continue on. We had Locatelli, who was the one who was subbed on for Zakaria after he sustained that injury. He came in. I gave him overall 6 rating. I thought he had a solid performance in resting him, or I guess coming in and reprieving Zakaria. He had 1 shot off target, 1 successful dribble, 4 ground duels, 2 aerial duels, 1 clearance, 2 interceptions, and 2 tackles as well. Continuing on, we got Alvaro Morata, who I want to give credit today. He gets a 6.5 rating today. I wasn't so sure. Here's the thing. I know some people may come at Morata a little bit for the way that ball was delivered, but hey, it got to Vlahovic. Yeah, Vlahovic did a lot with it once he had it, but he got the ball to him. It could have been picked off. I've seen multiple players for this team not be able to complete a pass. So at this point, I am very happy that he was able to complete that pass. In any form of that it got completed, right? So he gets a 6.5 rating for me today. He had 1 assist, obviously. He only played 28 minutes, so just remember that. 1 key pass, 2 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created. And yeah, that's all that he really did today. But that was a very important game-winning, game-clinching win because shortly after they ended up securing another goal for the other team, for Empoli. I don't know why I said the other team. For Empoli, and them's the breaks when it comes to Juventus. I was worried, though, that there would be 3 equalizers because would it surprise you? All right, and then finally, Max Allegri gets a 5 rating for his performance today. I've been crushing him with these draws. I've been giving him 3 ratings, really poor ratings. Today, he gets a 5 rating for me. Lot that I would want to see more from him. A lot of things he could do better. But a lot of things he could have done worse, too, if we're being honest. There's a lot of things that me personally, I wish I would have seen him do. The substitution pattern was fine because he didn't really do many substitutions today. And also, let's be honest, he doesn't have many substitutions to work with. I think overall, my biggest problem, though, is I continue to see nothing really. I see no plan. Actually, here's my biggest gripe. And this is my biggest negative today. And we talked about it, obviously, in plenty of other aspects, but the health injury issue of this team. They're struggling. They continue to find issues keeping guys healthy. Literally every single match, multiple guys go down and multiple guys get pulled up and maybe replaced or taken off. And like latest one, last match, we had Weston McKennie we lost. Now we lose Zakaria for a couple weeks. What the absolute hell is going on with the status of this team? Their conditioning, I don't know what it is, but like there's got to be something going on. Like, is it the way you're training? Because I have a hard time believing that you're training this team too hard, because I've seen nothing to really prove to me that this team really is doing any training. Like when I say doing training, I'm not seeing any development when it comes to the game plan. I don't see it when it comes to any technical aspect out there. I see nothing. I see roll the ball out, see what works. I'm not being facetious when I say this. I think I'm being absolutely true and honest that I don't understand what it is you are doing, Max Allegri, during training. But at the same time, if your training is that hard, that these guys are always just hanging by a thread, that they can get injured at any moment. And I understand there's some people coming at me saying, oh, what the leg landed this way, or, he landed this way. What are you going to do? The guy hit him there. Yeah, but there's plenty of collisions that happen in the sport daily. And I understand soccer, calcio, European football gets a bad rap for players faking injuries, crying, there's all that stuff that happens. That's not this. This is serious injuries, serious issues that these players are not able to get up from easily. Most guys are able to, fake cry and then walk it off and then be good to go. That's not what's going on here. We're seeing guys seriously sustaining injuries that are taking them out for long periods of time. And it's like it's weekly. It's weekly the team's getting depleted. Like, this is something that you guys need to be working on. Are you not giving them the proper vitamins so their body can recover? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know why vitamins is where I went with that. But J Medical overall is what this is becoming. And I understand while you can give them some credit that he's not playing with the full deck. He's losing Chiesa, and I don't mean that mentally. I know some people would argue that with some of the antiquated tactics maybe that he's utilizing. But at the same time, these guys need to be healthy, and you need to do your best to keep them healthy. I don't know what it is or what's going wrong or what's plaguing Juventus right now to do this, to stop Juventus players from continuing to be healthy. Anyway, that's where we sit right now. Something's got to be done. We got to be able to find something of a team to limp our way to the end of the Serie A and retain a fourth place finish. We'll see if any of these young guys, the U23 gets utilized. I'd like to see Sule. I know Ake is another one that you would like to see as well, as Moretti, and see what they can really do maybe to help out Juventus get there, just get to the finish at this point and retain our position in the top four. But anyway, guys, I think that'll do it for my ratings when it comes to Juventus players and coach as well. Just to see overall what they did. They ended up pulling out the victory, obviously, 2-3 against Empoli on the road. So it's always good to bring home a win, especially when you're on the road. But at the same time, what does this portend for the future? I'm nervous. Something's got to give. Some of these guys have got to return that are injured, and some of these guys that are injured are going to have to speed up this recovery, because otherwise it's going to be a slog to the end. Regardless, this next month, all beatable teams that Juve are playing. And when I say beatable, they should win games, and they're must win at this point. The problem is, I know Juventus, and we've seen enough draws. We know they're not going to get through the month of March unscathed, so we got to find a way, either that or we got to just sit down and pray and pray that Atalanta keeps struggling, and so do the other teams in the top four as well. Not that they're going to win the Scudetto, but that hopefully maybe a couple places can drop here and there. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my rantings and ravings and my ratings of everything that's been going on, or do you think I'm just as dumb as maybe I probably am? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, smash that subscribe button. We want you to join our community and what we have here, so please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon and stay notified for our latest videos. If you are a new subscriber, I want to do this again. Reminder, please leave a comment letting us know where you're from and how you became a Juventus fan, or if you're not a Juventus fan, that information as well. I always love to hear from you guys. So we'll see you next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.